Welcome to Brunswick Beat,
Brunswick County's only television news show brought to you by the Brunswick Beacon. I'm Rachel Johnson.
And I'm Laura Lewis. The Brunswick County Sheriff's Office has officially served notice on local sweepstakes businesses, which have shut down in the wake of a state Supreme Court ruling that clears the way for local law enforcement to enforce a ban on the video sweepstakes games. Enforcement was delayed for a few days as the Sheriff's Office awaited direction from the District Attorney's Office. Last week, Brunswick County Sheriff John Ingram issued a mandate that anyone owning or operating such an establishment is subject to being criminally charged.
A Monday afternoon blaze destroyed a home at 29 Country Club Drive in Briarwood Estates. A hot ember left inside a rolled rug that was under a small fireplace may have ignited the back porch. Winds blowing on the rear of the house fanned the flames into the attic. The homeowner, Tom McCollum, was not in the house at the time of the fire, but a pet dog died in the blaze.
A Brunswick County Sheriff's detective has died, leaving a community mourning for a career lawman and community servant. Kyle Jones, 41, was at his Oak Island home on Monday, January 14th when he died suddenly. No foul play is suspected. Funeral arrangements were not released by press time. Jones was the youngest son of Barbara Skipper Jones and the late Jerry Wendell Jones of Shallotte. For more on Kyle, including memories shared by his friends and family, pick up this week's Beacon.
Brunswick County Schools has a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to bullying. That is the message school officials are conveying just a week after a student opened fire at a Bakersfield, California high school. School Superintendent Edward Pruden said Brunswick County Schools deal with bullying on a daily basis, but they have programs in place led by Joyce Beatty, Executive Director of Student Support Services. Pruden said school staff have spent a lot of time on conflict resolution and the bullying issues are declining. The recent addition of school resource officers at the county's elementary schools may give officials another resource to combat and educate students about bullying.
Brunswick County Schools will host 3 community focus group meetings next week to get input from the community. Officials want to hear ideas about how to meet students' educational needs. The meetings are at 6:30 p.m. The first is on Tuesday, January 22nd at North Brunswick High School. The next is Wednesday, January 23rd at South Brunswick High School, and the final meeting is Thursday, January 24th at West Brunswick High School. Officials want to assess the condition of its 19 schools and how to spend money on improving them.
A Brunswick County resident has died from the flu. A male in his 60s died several weeks ago. The death is among 17 flu-related deaths reported in North Carolina since October 6. Health officials say the best thing you can do is stay home if you are sick. Flu shots are still available at the county health department and at area providers and pharmacies.
Calabash Mayor Mary Knight took Calabash Commissioner Jody Nance to task last week for his motion in December to remove Knight's powers. Knight, speaking at the town board's January 8th meeting, said Nance himself stated she had done nothing wrong. Nance wants the December meeting minutes to be clarified, stating he did not seek to strip powers of the mayor that are granted by state statute. Former Town Commissioner Cecilia Herman urged the board to stop bickering and work together.
Was spearheaded by a certain commissioner, only for that commissioner to state twice she has done nothing wrong.
You are all here to work together to represent all of us. Not some of us, not the ones you like, all of us. And I think it's time that everybody on that board come to do what they were elected to do, because that's why we voted for you.
It was a busy weekend for the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office. 2 separate incidents in Shallotte involving guns left one person in the hospital with a gunshot wound and another with more than $27,000 worth of items stolen during a home invasion. A third incident in Bolivia also involved gunfire. A person was shot in the leg during a drive-by shooting on Northwest Tryon Road in Shallotte. 2 men were robbed of jewelry and cash during a home invasion on Ruby Way in Shallotte. A third incident over the weekend involved gunfire in Bolivia. For more details, pick up this week's Beacon.
2 suspects are in custody for trafficking in opium or heroin. The county's Vice Narcotics Unit arrested Chris Ussery and Christina Mintz on Wednesday, January 9th. Ussery, 45, of Southport, has been charged with conspiring to sell and deliver a Schedule III controlled substance and trafficking in opium or heroin. Mintz, 35, of Boiling Spring Lakes, has been charged with possession with the intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver a Schedule III controlled substance and 2 counts of trafficking in opium or heroin.
The walls are up, but arches of the new McDonald's on US 17 and North Carolina 211 in Supply will not light up until late March. The owner of the fast food restaurant said the building would be complete by March 26, weather permitting. It will be similar to the recently reopened McDonald's on US 17 and Sunset Beach, including side-by-side drive-thrus, but the Supply McDonald's will not have a play area. Find all these stories and much more inside this week's Beacon, available on newsstands now. Welcome to the Beacon Sports Report. The West Brunswick High School wrestling team won the Walkabout Conference Championship by beating South Brunswick 57-17 Friday at West. On Coach Jimmy Carraway's birthday, the Trojans won 6 non-forfeited matches and 4 forfeited matches. 2 North Brunswick High School baseball players were honored Saturday during the 9th Annual Leland Hot Stove League Banquet. Matthew Lowry was named the North Brunswick Baseball Player of the Year. Lowry was the North Carolina Class 2A Player of the Year. Last season, Lowry was North's top pitcher and top batter. Dylan Reed was named the recipient of the Nelson Best Scholarship. Leadership, sportsmanship, citizenship, and academics were among the factors considered in selecting the recipient. The scholarship is for $2,500. The Brunswick Community College Dolphins men's basketball team beat rival Cape Fear Community College 90-76 in overtime last Saturday. The Dolphins started strong at the Dinah E. Gore Fitness and Aquatic Center gym and led by as many as 9 points in the first half. Cape Fear stormed back and tied the score at the half. The second half was a back-and-forth nail-biter to the end of regulation. In overtime, the Dolphins scored quickly and took control. The Dolphins outscored Cape Fear 17-3 in overtime. Read all these stories and see more great photos in this week's sports section of The Beacon.
Today at Brunswick County Animal Shelter. Oh my goodness. And Cindy Stanley, the office manager, is going to tell us all about him.
Yeah. Oscar is a little over a year old. He came to us as a stray, and he is just a super guy. He is learning his commands very well. He loves to play fetch. He is a
feisty boy.
Feisty. Come here, Sean. He's about, I said about a year old,
yeah.
A little over a year. He's we think a German Shepherd Lab mixed.
Okay.
And just really great dog.
Oh, he really is. And he's one of the many dogs and cats available for adoption out here at the shelter. And they love for y'all to come out and visit with him and everybody who's living out here right now. They're open 6 days a week out here on Green Swamp Road. And Cindy, can you tell us the hours here?
It's Monday through Thursday from 10 to 5:30, Fridays from 10 to 4:30, and Saturdays from 10 to 1:30.
All right. And you have no excuse, so come out here. You've got 6 days a week to do so, and the animals here would love to meet with you and find their good new forever home, including Mr. Oscar. Nearly 50 years after his famous I Have a Dream speech, the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. lives on. Several tributes honoring the slain civil rights leader are planned in Brunswick County. A memorial march and program will take place starting at 3 p.m. Sunday at the International Longshoremen's Association Union Hall in Southport. A breakfast is at 8 a.m. Monday at Trinity United Methodist Church in Southport. Advance tickets for the breakfast are required. The town of Navassa will also have a Martin Luther King Jr. Day March at noon Monday. Check out this week's Beacon for other MLK Day events happening in this area.
The South Brunswick Islands Women's Club is having its 4th annual Super Bowl fundraiser from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, January 26. It's in the Fellowship Hall at Charlotte Presbyterian Church. For each $15 ticket donation, attendees will receive a freshly glazed bowl handcrafted by a local potter, along with a serving of soup prepared by one of several participating eateries and cooks. All proceeds go to support the hungry within the community. Advanced ticket purchases from a club member are recommended. A limited number of tickets are available, and the club can't guarantee any will be sold at the door. For ticket inquiries, call 209-1847.
With the help of the Southport Oak Island Kiwanis Club, a new Kiwanis Club has organized in North Brunswick County. Its goal is to help children in North Brunswick High School, Leland Middle School, Belleville Elementary, and the neighboring schools north of Supply. The club meets the first and third Tuesday of each month at 8 a.m. at the Cape Fear National Clubhouse in Brunswick Forest. Guests and potential new members are welcome at their meetings.
County Commissioners will host the official dedication ceremony for the Brunswick County Public Utilities Operations Center in Jerry Lewis's name at 4 p.m. Monday, February 4th. The Operations Center is at 250 Graywater Road Southeast in Supply. Lewis was the first modern-era county manager. He oversaw the creation of the county water system in the 1970s.
Leland residents Melinda and David Fullingham are now both authors of published stories in the Chicken Soup for the Soul line of books. Melinda wrote a story about the family's laid-back pet dog, Patch, who had a change of heart when he first saw the ocean. David's story of parenting a 2-year-old girl who gets into some mischief will be published in March. The two are ordained ministers, writers, and educators who moved to Leland in August 2011.
Helping neighbors in need is the mission of the St. James the Fisherman Episcopal Church in Charlotte. The church is in its 3rd year of its neighbor-to-neighbor ministry that includes a coat closet, an orthopedic equipment lending closet, and the Benefit Bank of North Carolina. They have given away more than 500 coats since October. Coats are available to those in need. Orthopedic equipment is available for use year-round. The Benefit Bank of North Carolina will begin offering free tax services on January 30th.
That's all the time we have for tonight, but you can read all these stories and much more in this week's Beacon. If you have comments or suggestions for us at Brunswick Beat, you can email us at brunswickbeat@brunswickbeacon.com. Don't forget to follow the Beacon on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Brunswick Beacon.
Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to tune in next week for a brand new edition of Brunswick Beat, Brunswick County's only television news show. We close out this week's show with images of people enjoying last weekend's warm weather.